Rogan, you just freaked me out. Commentary on organ donating and organ harvesting. Anyway, you're blowing it, Joe. Not getting me on the show to talk about stevia in massive doses, not just a little bit sweetening your tea, but doing a pound a month. People who do a pound a month notice incredible changes to their body. Your body goes alkaline. Cancer can't live in an alkaline environment. Stevia is off the charts in alkalinity. And you had me out of your mouth on one of your shows talking about Diego Sanchez. Talk about Diego Sanchez looking like a Greek or like a Greek Adonis when he fought BJ Penn, all ripped up and shredded. That was the stevia regimen. Can you imagine everybody going shredded and ripped across America? That's what stevia has in its future. That's why the people that made it illegal didn't want it. They knew how good it was. So, Joe, get me on your show. Talk about stevia. What it really does is cure the human body. Replacing toxic sugar with stevia would be like Moses coming back and repealing man made plagues. And for anybody that wants to donate, my number is 916. Where the blunt at? I don't have any blunts. I have cigars. I do have a little weed pipe, and I'm stoned now, which is why I'm doing this video to Joe Rogan and to potential investors out there who might have heard I have a line on a metastatic breast cancer victim. Uh, the lady that runs the house that I live in, it's her godmother, and I'm going to be making pure H2O for this woman within the next month, and I'm going to bring her back into perfect health. That's metastatic breast cancer that's moved from the breast to the bone, and pure H2O is going to cure her. Stevia by itself might, by changing the alkalinity of the body, and it would be a slow fight to health, but you could do it. Anyhow, my number is 916 871 6051. If anybody wants to donate $1,000 up to $3,000 for a car for Dan Quinn, and when the dust settles after proving on a national scale that pure H2O and stevia act like the fountain of youth by bringing back a metastatic cancer victim, I'll give all 1,000 donors $1 million just to prove that's how I do things. And how I do things ease the suffering of something. Yeah, a liquid that acts like the fountain of youth would become pretty popular and generate trillions of dollars. And that's what I've discovered. And with those trillions, I redirect our economy into being more for the working men and less for the corporate officials. Make a company just like Walmart, but do it better for a penny less. Copy Walmart, do everything they do, but now we're paying 95% of the profit back to the workers who earned it. And hip hop, hopscotch, hopscotch around the country, making businesses that are more socialistic instead of capitalistic. Capitalism, all the money's at the top and it controls everything, and that's why our country is so screwed. Could a violin help you get back your ex-wife? What do you think? If you dazzled her with 100 orgasms, do you think that might sway things? Play the violin for an hour, take her to 120 orgasms. Yeah, I think the violin might be able to get your ex-wife back, unless she really doesn't want to be with you, and then she could just teach someone else how to do the violin. Yeah, Joe Rogan, get me on your show. Talk about stevia. Talk about the violin. Talk about the disparity between the haves and the have-nots. The sneeches with stars on their bellies and the sneeches that don't. I swear to God, Dr. Seuss was a visionary for seeing humans ruining Earth. We have to get legislation that outlaws all toxic chemicals. You can mimic almost all toxic chemicals with nature, but you have to have a more growing policy for more concrete barriers out of plants, out of hemp, that are light and that are just as durable. Anyhow, I'm going to bring this to a close, Joe Rogan. Dan Quinn would have been a superstar back at Notre Dame if he had chosen football over boxing. Boxing, I got waylaid into finding out that people that weren't born with exceptional physical skills were also human and worthy on my quest to become human. Well, I've met all those requirements, and all I have to do is cure a metastatic breast cancer victim of cancer to prove it. And that's what I'm going to do.